Fossil fuel subsidies continue to contribute to economic instability and undermine government's efforts to combat serious environmental challenges such as climate change and the transition to an inclusive green economy. Globally, fossil fuel subsidies are estimated to be in the range of $500 billion, with China increasing its oil subsidies to Africa over the recent years.
Africa receives a lot of fossil fuel subsidies from the government. I think the level actually is much higher than China, because the energy use is very expensive. The government need to support the very poor, very poor to receive subsidized lower level of the electricity. Otherwise, the poor people will suffer. So I think the subsidies level in Africa is a bigger problem than countries like in China.
China's oil consumption has increased by 5.8 times in the past 30 years and 2.5 times in the past 10 years. It is projected that the consumption is likely to increase to 75% by 2030.
It's been projected that China energy oil dependency will increase. I think it will reach 75% by 2030. So because China has a very limited oil resource. Its kind of production level is flat. So I think the China will increasingly rely on imported oil for 20 years, unless China can fund quick replacement.
According to BP 2011 report on energy, Africa has huge potentials for fuel fossils, accounting for about 9.5%, 8% and 4% of the total proven reserves of crude oil, natural gas and coal in the world. The meeting comes at a time several African countries, including Ghana and Namibia, have all shown tremendous efforts towards reforming energy subsidies and prices. However, the meeting highlighted that these subsidies divert resources of Africa's governments from pro-poor spending. For instance, they spend an estimated 3% of GDP on subsidies equivalent to their total healthcare allocation.
The market should be open to other investments. We should explore private investment on oil sector and electricity sector, and should be aware that electricity prices, for example, do not exceed rational costs on an open market.
The conference emphasized that governments and businesses should embed subsidy reforms in their green economy blueprints and must reform the hydrocarbon subsidy regime to accelerate green growth. The World Bank and International Monetary Fund have for a long time supported overhaul of the current fossil fuel subsidy regimes in industrialized countries, but this is now happening in emerging economies. Penina Karibe, CCTV.